normal interface. Okay. Normal interface. All right. Now I am trying to take a method in class A. In my class, I'm just trying to have a method void method 1. Okay, in my class I'm having a method void method 1. Okay, just simply I'm going to write system dot. Alright, I'll do one thing. Let me just try to go like void display display, and simply I'm going to write hi from display method. Just display, just like that, just like that. Now my question is, if I'm writing int here, we know that we are getting an error. We know why we are getting an error. Yes or no? Could you please tell me what I need to do to resolve this error? Return statement. Okay. Let me just try to write return return. I'm going with Java. Still the error is there. Why? Why the error is there? Sir, come on, sir. Return type is int. We need to return int value. What we are returning? That is the reason we are getting an error. Okay. So I'll do one thing. What if I write like this? That is also again string data. We know that any data present inside double quotes is string data. Okay, then I'll do one thing. Let me just try to write like this. Fine, no problem. All right, our error is resolved. Now I'm going to make this return type as class A. I'm going to make this return type as class A. Tell me why I'm getting an error. I'm sorry. I wrote a return statement. Okay, what I need to return? We need to return its object. Guys, whenever a method is having, by the way, what is the access modifier for this method? Come on, default. The access modifier for this method is default. Okay, I'll do one thing just to avoid confusion. Let me just try to write that access modifier also here. Okay. Now, yes, we know that the method, this method access modifier is public. Okay, fine, no problem. What is the return type for this method? Class. Whenever a method is having a class as its return type, we need to return its object. We know that. We already know that. Okay, just let me try to return its object. Could you please tell me? Right, new class A, simply, I can write like this. Otherwise, there is another option also. What is that? Can I simply use this keyword? Do you remember the keyword? I mean, this keyword. You know how many options are there for this keyword? We can use this keyword to call present class variables, present class methods. We can use this keyword to return the instance of the present class. I believe you remember that. So yes, this is fine. This is fine. Either we can write this keyword, or yes, we can create an object. Of course, everything is fine. Cool. Nice. All right. Now my question is, I'm going to have an interface as this method return type. Yeah, you heard it correct. I am writing an interface as a method return type. If a method is having int, okay, we need return int. If a method is having string, we need return string. If a method is having boolean, we need return either true or false. And if a method is having a class as its return type, I repeat, if a method is having a class as its return type, we need to return its object. Okay, nice. What if a class is having, what if a method is having an interface as its return type? Then what we need to return? Yeah, it's object. Wait, what? You heard it correct. You heard it correct. We need to return its object. Wait. We are having a doubt here. We know that we cannot create an object for interface. Oops, concepts. Do you remember that? Just like an abstract class. No. Exactly like an abstract class, we will not be able to create an object for interface. Okay, then how to solve this? What we need to do? How to solve this error? Okay, let me just try to write like interface here. Obviously, we'll be getting an error. Why? Because we cannot create an object for interface. We already know that. Oops, concepts. All right, guys. You know what? In our core Java, there is this concept known as inner classes. Inner classes. Okay, wait. What is a class? Could you please tell me what is the syntax for a class? Please tell me. Access modifier, class, class name, open braces and close braces. Inside a class, what we can write? We can write methods, we can write variables, we can write blocks, we can create objects, and we can write classes also. We can write classes also inside a class. Basically, we are having 4 types of inner classes are there. 4 types. First one, nested inner class. Next one, static inner class. Next one, method local inner class. Finally, last one is anonymous inner class. Anonymous inner class. Okay, just for understanding purpose, let me just try to take my class B. Okay. Now in my interface A, I am having a method that is void message method. I am having a method void message method. Please tell me, is this an abstract method? Respond. Absolutely yes. You know that in interface, every method is by default public abstract. Don't forget the access modifier. Inside the interface, every method is by default public abstract. Now, I want to provide implementation for this method. Okay, we can provide implementation. We know how to provide implementation for an abstract method by using which concept? Method overriding. Method overriding, not overloading. Method overriding. Method overriding means what is the first step we need to use? Inheritance. Remember that. Okay, class B implements interface A. Implements or extends? Do you remember that? Okay. Okay, please tell me class to class. Come on. Interface to class. Means I want to inherit an interface into a class. Tell me, an interface into a class. Class into an interface? You cannot do that. We cannot do that. That is invalid. We'll be getting an error. Interface into an interface? Extends keyword. That is amazing. Very good. All right. So right now, simply I'm going to override my method one. Okay. I'm just performing overriding, and here, just let me try to make this as public. And after that, let me just try to, oh, this is not method one. What is that? Message method. And here simply system.out.println, I'm going to write abstract abstract method overridden. Just a small statement over RIDDN overridden. We know this. Please respond. We know this concept. Now, what I'm trying to do here, online students, I want you to kindly please respond in the chat for me. Am I clear with this? Please respond in the chat for me, guys. Please respond to me in the chat. Am I clear with this? Okay, that is good. Now, coming to class A. Again, coming back to class A. Now, here, coming back to our problem. What is the method name? Display method. What is its return type? Interface. So what we need to return? Its object. Wait, it cannot return its object. I'll do one thing. Observe here. I am not ending this statement with a semicolon. I am not ending it. Instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to write a anonymous inner class. How many types of inner classes are there? 4 types. Nested, static, method, local, and anonymous inner class. Now, inside this anonymous inner class, I am trying to override the method which is present in my interface. Just like that. Just like that. I'm trying to override the method which is present in my interface. Okay. Now, if I want to call this method, I need to call this method with the help of this reference. With the help of this reference. How I will be able to get that reference? I will be able to call my display method, and display method is actually returning that object. Wait, which object? Not interface object. That is the object for our inner class. Are you understanding the point here? Please respond. Means, for example, yeah, sure. For example, let me just try to go to my main method. Now, inside my main method, I want to call this method, guys. I want to call this display method. Please tell me what I need to do in order to call this display method. Create an object. Which object? New. Tell me. Class A, okay, equal to AOBJ belongs to class A. Okay. Now I'm going to call AOBJ dot display and just call in display method. Now if I execute my program, I will be getting my output as 5 from display. Only I'm getting this output. Sir, what about this one? Wait for it. I'll let you know. I want to call this method. Guys, are you understanding the point here? Please respond. I want to call the method which is present in interface A. If I want to call the method which is present in this interface A, if I'm writing the code like new interface, okay, first let me just try to have a reference. Interface interface A, IOBJ. Okay, fine. Interface A. This is its reference. Not at all a problem. No issues. Now, can I write IOBJ dot message method? Can I write like this? Absolutely not. We will be getting an error. So why we are getting an error? Why? Because buddy, this is just a reference. And inside this interface, we are having public abstract method. In order to call that method, we need an instance of an interface. But the problem is, interface, we cannot create an object. Please tell me, are you understanding the point here? Means here, if I'm trying to write like this equal to new interface interface, no, we'll be getting an error. Then what we need to do? To call a method, listen to me very clearly. To call a method present inside an interface. Okay, we are trying to call that with method with the help of this reference, but reference will not work until you are having an instance. Okay. We are having a problem here. We'll look at it, wait for it. Kindly please wait for it. In the meantime, I just want to write a normal program, normal collections program. Void. Okay, I'm going with method 1, new array list. Did you remember array list? New array list, okay, equal to, let me go like AL belongs to array list, this, okay, ARRAY. Array list, and I'm going to use integer. I am passing some values into my array list. AL dot add 10. Add simply like 20. Just please give me a minute.
Hello.
Okay. Let me make this as 30, 40, and 50. Okay, guys. Now my intention is, please listen to me clearly. Understand my requirement. My requirement is, how many of you did not covered array list? Did not covered array list. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. It's okay. No problem. No problem. Why? Because I know. It's okay. No issues. Most of the people covered completed this collection framework. Yes or no? Listen to my requirement clearly. I want to retrieve the data. I just want to retrieve the data from this array list using iterator. By using iterator. Okay. Could you please tell me the code? Let me go like, for the first time, I want to go to the left side of the equal. Tell me, ITRATOR iterator, INTEGR integer, after that, don't go with AL dot. Tell me the while loop. Tell me the while loop. While, go ahead, while. Just let me try to go like this. While I dot, you need to respond here. I dot as next. Okay. And after that, tell me after that system dot out dot println I dot next. Immediately we are actually getting an error here. Yes or no? Why? Because you know that iterator is an interface. It is an interface. Did you remember how many methods are there in iterator? 3 methods. What are those? What are those? As next, remove. 3 methods are there, right? Tell me here. Where these 3 methods are present? Iterate. What is that iterator? Is it a class? Respond. Is it a class? It's an interface. Okay, then how to call the method? Now I believe you understand the point here. How to call a method isn't inside an interface. If we are trying to call with the help of the reference, but that reference will not work until there is a object. But you will not be able to create an object for that interface. Then what you will be doing? See here, we will be trying to call a method. What is that? Sorry, will be equal to AL dot iterator. Yes or no? What is the return type for iterator? What is the return type for iterator? Iterator only. Did you remember that concept here? Framework. Yes or no? Now exactly the same problem coming here. Same problem means I want to call a method which is present in my interface A. I repeat. You want to call a method which is present in my interface A. So if I'm directly calling like this, you know that we'll be getting an error. So how to resolve this error? We need to call a method which is returning that interface. Are you getting the point here? So what is that method here? Display. Please try to call the display method. Tell me, what is the display method? Equal to? That is correct. AOBJ dot display method. What is the return type of display method? Display method is returning an interface. Actually, how it is returning? It is returning an object for an interface with the help of anonymous inner class. Basically, this object is not actually the interface object. This object belongs to the anonymous inner class. Are you getting the point here? Now, if I am trying to execute my program, okay, I'll keep it in comment. Let me just try to execute my program right now. I'll be getting my output as hi from display. But if I'm calling my message method, message method. From here, it will be coming to here. Yes or no, yeah? And where we are overriding this message method, where we are performing overriding, anonymous inner class. So what will be our outer abstract method overridden? This is a concept, a little bit complicated concept, which involves polymorphism, which involves anonymous inner class, which involves inheritance and almost all the key concepts in OOPS. If you are able to understand this program, if you are able to collect the concepts which we have covered in core Java, then you guys are eligible for advanced Java. Why? Because in our advanced Java, most of the time we will be using interfaces. We will be using interfaces. Mostly when I'm saying this, almost every program we will be using OOPS concepts. Every program. Till the end of our advanced Java, in every program we will be using OOPS. So whenever I am explaining this program, if you are able to understand, very good. If you are able to recollect also, very good. Okay, so some points are missing, fine, no problem. No problem. It's very good. But if it is like completely watching like Chinese movie with Korean subtitles, then this is not for you. You need to practice more regarding your OOPS concepts. Am I clear with that? Please respond. Online students, I want you to kindly please respond in the chat for me. Please respond. Please respond. Am I clear with that? I want you to please respond to me in the chat, please. Okay. That is good. That is good. That is good. Okay, guys, please listen. Please listen. From this moment onwards, I'm going to use the terminology interface object. I'm gonna use the terminology interface object. When I say interface object, please don't think like actually creating an object for interface. It is like creating an object for interface with the help of anonymous inner class. Am I clear with that? Kindly please keep that point in mind. Okay. And yeah, I know like for some people, this anonymous inner classes concept is not yet completed. So kindly please wait for it. No need to worry. It will be very easy. Easily you will be able to understand. Wait for it. All right. Now, just a second. Okay. Now, so guys, let me ask you a simple question. How many of you are first time interacting with me, my offline students? This is the first time you are listening to my class. Please raise your hands for me. Please feel free. Please. Only 3, 4 people, 5. You 6. Okay. Now, guys, maybe one thing. Are you comfortable with the way which I am explaining? Please feel free. No problem. Tell me, are you able to understand? Yes. The same question for my online students also, guys. Please tell me, are you comfortable with the way which I am explaining? Like, if you are having any trouble, please do let me know. I want you to please respond in the chat so that we'll be on the same page. Please respond to me. Please respond to me in the chat. Yeah, that is good. Naresh, Venkat, Abdul, that is good. Come on, please respond. Okay, I guess there is no issues. All right. Yes, sure, it's okay. Why? Because your concept is not yet completed, right? So no issues. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay. Yes, I know. You're my student. I know. Wait for it. Okay. So let us start with our advance, right? So one more time I am saying this, guys. When you are speaking about advanced Java, 50 days. In 50 days, we'll be able to complete. And this is especially for my online students. Guys, this is especially for my online students. If you are present in Hyderabad, please make sure to come to offline classes. Again, I am saying you with laptop. With laptop. Why? Because this session will be completely hands-on. And this is for my offline students also. Maximum from tomorrow onwards, you need to attend the session with a laptop. It's not like writing the code, it's more like typing the code. You need to type the code along with me. In advanced Java, the programs will not be like code. That is different, this is different. Okay, so kindly please make sure to come to the classes with laptop. With laptop again. And yes, your laptop should be having a backup at least 2 hours. Battery backup at least 2 hours. Don't check for sockets. You know we cannot provide, obviously. So please make sure, sir, without having a laptop, can I come? You can come, but you cannot enjoy the class. Honestly, I'm saying that. If you don't have a laptop, please try to ask your friends or else your colleagues, anyone, just borrow the laptop for 2 hours. Laptop is mandatory. That is absolutely mandatory. Tomorrow onwards. Kindly please try to check that from tomorrow. Maybe day after tomorrow or tomorrow. We'll see if time permits. Or only I'm gonna start with our code. Okay? Okay. Keeping that point in mind. Keeping that point in mind. Now, guys, generally, whenever we are speaking with our projects like applications, let me just try to write here. Okay, give me a minute time, please. Types of applications. Okay. Right. When you're speaking about generally types of applications, basically we are having 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 types of applications will be there. Next one is standalone applications. Applications and projects, both are same. Next one is web-based applications. Okay, web-based applications. Third one is enterprise applications. Fourth one is mobile applications. So basically we are having 4 types of applications are there. Again, applications or projects, both are same. When you are speaking about standalone applications, basically we are having two types. Two types. CUI applications and GUI applications. CUI and GUI. Let me just try to keep it like this. CUI, command user interface or console user interface. Second one is GUI, graphical user interface. Command line user interface or console user interface. Second one is graphical user interface. Okay, what are these console user interface or command line interfaces applications? Okay, in our classes, like in core Java classes, I had shown you some projects after completing control statements. I guess most of the people had remember that. It's very simple. If you are executing a program, we will be getting an option like menu, for example, hotels. Which one we need to select? Are you getting the point here? Example, just for example, eyes on the board, please. Okay, let me just try to. Okay, I'm just executing a small program here. Okay. This is my program. Okay. Now, when I'm executing, this is the data. Okay. Please select your option. I'm entering one. I'll be getting some data. Some menu will be displayed. If I'm entering again, if I want to go with groceries, I'm entering one. Now, my question is, where I am giving the input? Where? In the console, in the command line. Are you getting the point here? If we are trying to give the input in the console, the command prompt, then these kind of applications are known as CUI, console user interface. Now, GUI, graphical user interface. Graphical user interface means best example. The very best example is calculator. This calculator app, this is a frame. In this frame, we are having some buttons. All these are buttons. If you are pressing a button, an action is getting generated, and this button is in color blue color. Some actions will be getting generated. We are able to see the output. How? Where? Where we are able to see this output? We are able to see this output on a frame. On a frame. A frame is a rectangular structure. It will be having some buttons, and those buttons will perform some actions. So, in order to create these kind of applications, if we are creating these kind of applications, these are known as GUI applications, graphical user interface. Now, in order to create these GUI applications, we are supposed to have an idea about let's strings and AWT, abstract window toolkit. In order to create GUI applications, we are supposed to have an idea about applets, strings, AWTs. But honestly speaking, these are outdated. Outdated. No new projects are coming on these standalone applications. Why these got outdated? Why? Because applets, strings, and AWTs, these concepts got replaced with UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js, React, Angular, Bootstrap. All the new concepts came. No one is using these applets, AWT, and things. So absolutely outdated, depreciated. No new projects are going on this, and I can write it on a bond paper. I can give it to you. Once you got place, you will not be working on these standalone applications. Leave it. Now let's come to web-based applications. Okay, what are these web-based applications? Guys, let me make it simple. Web-based applications means the output of these web-based applications will be visible on a browser. And listen, please listen clearly. You know what? Both for web-based applications and for enterprise applications, in both these scenarios, the output will be visible on a browser. What is the difference here? Again, web-based applications, the output will be visible on a browser, and there will not be any transactions. There will not be any transactions. Means transaction means entering the credit card details, paying some amount. No, this kind of transactions will not be happening on these web-based applications. When you're speaking about enterprise applications, yes, of course, in enterprise application also the output will be visible on a browser. But you know what? In enterprise applications, transactions will be happening. The best example for an enterprise application is Flipkart, Amazon, banking websites. Wherever a transaction is happening, that will be coming under enterprise applications. Am I clear with that? You need to respond here. Now, In order to create a web-based application, I repeat, in order to create a web-based applications, we are supposed to have an idea about a concept known as JDBC, servlets. Let me just servlets, servlets, and JSP. We are supposed to have an idea about these three concepts. First, JDBC. After that, yes, of course, we are supposed to have an idea about servlets, and after that, JSP. We are supposed to have an idea about all these concepts and servlets. Yeah, JSP. Without which we cannot create an web-based application. So these concepts are required. Okay. In order to create an enterprise application, me just try to. Okay. In order to create an enterprise application, we are supposed to have an idea about J2EE. Wait, what is J2EE? Not, there are three editions are there in Java. J2SE, J2EE, J2ME. J2SE, Java 2 Standard Edition, Java Standard Edition, Java. J2EE, Java Enterprise Edition, Advanced Java. And Java ME means Java 2 Micro Edition, that is completely different. Anyways, in order to create an enterprise application, we are supposed to have an idea about J2EE and SPRING and a knowledge on absolute knowledge on Spring Framework, J2EE and Spring. Guys, by the way, I'm only speaking about Java. I'm not speaking about UI. I'm not speaking about database. I'm not speaking about DevOps. I believe you're getting the point here. I'm only discussing about Java things. Okay. So yes, these are all the concepts which we are supposed to have in order to create an enterprise application. And mobile applications, those are completely different. What is the use of this? I mean, what are these mobile applications means? Mobile applications means the applications which will be working on mobile phones, tablets, tablets, wearables like smartwatches. All these kind of applications are known as like mobile applications. Obviously, we are not discussing about these mobile applications as of now. So, okay, please tell me how many types of applications are there? Only four. First one, standalone, gone, outdated. There are, of course, there are two types of applications. What are those? CUI and GUI. Second one, web-based application. The best example for a web-based application is, just let me try to go with like this, our company website. Yeah, this is a web-based application. This is a web-based application. In this, we don't have any transactions happening anywhere. I believe you're understanding the point here. So we can view the data. Yes, we can view the data. We can see the data. If you are keeping mouse here, I mean, we are getting some slide sheets, cascading slide sheets. We are getting some animations. All these can be done by using CSS, by the way. Using CSS, we can make this happen. And in this entire web application, there is no way where a transaction will happen. Web-based application. And either you can go with our website or else take your college website. In your college website also, there will not be any transactions. Please tell me, are you understanding the difference between a web-based application and an enterprise application? Web-based applications does not have any transaction management. Please do remember that. Okay. Right. Let me just try to close it. And yes, in order to create an enterprise application, we are supposed to have an idea about J2EE. J2EE means nothing but J2EE means nothing but advanced Java. J2EE means advanced Java only. And Spring, Spring is a separate framework. Okay, guys. Now, after completing advanced Java concept, which project you will be able to create? Is it enterprise application or else web-based applications? That is absolutely correct. After completing our advanced Java, you will be able to create a web-based applications. Means in our advanced Java, we are having three concepts. Could you please tell me what are those three concepts? JDBC, servlets, JSP. Now, speaking about JDBC, what is this? What is the meaning of this JDBC? What is the use of this JDBC? Okay, let me just try to tell you this. JDBC means our database connectivity. Okay. For example, let me just try to take a class here. Okay, I'm just taking a normal class B, and here void method. Okay, void. Let me go like method one, of course, void method one. Now I'm going to write. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me open my database. Give me a minute time. SYSTM system manager, I guess, and SELECT select. Okay, wait. I want to DSEEMPLOYE employee. Yeah, I'm having employee table in my database. I'm having employee table in my database. I want to view the data which is present in this employee table. I want to view the data. Please tell me what is the query for that. Tell me. Please tell me the query. What is it for that? SELECT select star from employee, EMPLOYE employee. Wait, why I am getting an error? Why I am getting an error? Sir, come on. You need to write this query inside the command line. Okay, fine. Getting the data like this. Okay, let me set line size, I guess. Okay, for example, and okay, I'm able to get the data like this. Fine. But what I want to do, I want to view this data in my console. I want to see this data. I want to retrieve this data from the Java program. Okay, I'm writing the query. No, you will be getting an error. Why? No, common. Just yes. Why we are getting an error? Sir, come on. We'll be getting an error. Why? Because is this a Java code? No. This is which code? SQL. You know what? Compiler will understand Java language, Java syntax. This is not a Java syntax. This is SQL. You need to write this structured query language in SQL command line, not in Java. Without writing the query, how can I retrieve the data? I need to write the query, but my Java program should be able to understand that. Are you understanding exactly what I'm saying? I will write. I don't have any other option. I need to write that query in the Java program. I should not be getting any error. My Java program should be able to understand that. And we can make that happen by using JDBC. What's the full form of that? Java Database Connectivity. To connect our Java program database and how to write the queries, how to retrieve the data, how to use the data. All these concepts will be covered under JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. We are going to discuss JDBC concepts nearly 20 days. Nearly 20 days, JDBC will be there. 20 days. Okay. Please tell me, how many concepts are there in our advanced Java? You need to respond here. And first one is, after completing JDBC, what you will be knowing, what you can do. Tell me what you can do after completing JDBC. What you can do? We can connect our Java program to the database and we'll be able to retrieve the data. We can actually send the data also. Okay, fine. Basically, Java program is connecting to the database. Very good. Which database? Okay, guys, there are a lot of databases are there in the market, like Oracle, MySQL, Space, MongoDB, NoSQL, DB2. Lot of databases are there. At least one database you are supposed to have an idea, and we will be dealing with Oracle. I believe everyone has installed Oracle in your laptop. Which version? Oracle 19 or Oracle 20? Okay, no issues. I mean, you are having Oracle 19 or Oracle 20. In my laptop, I'm using Oracle 11. I'll be using Oracle 11. Wait, why you are using Oracle 11? There will be connectivity issues will be arising for Oracle 1920. I mean 21. We'll do one thing. No need to worry. You are already having another version of Oracle. No need to worry. Tomorrow we are going to check. Whether your version is compatible with our Java or not. Tomorrow we are going to make that happen. If it is compatible, most of the times it will be compatible, no problem. If it is not compatible, I will be giving you Oracle 11. No problem. Happily you can install. Damn easy. Oracle 11 installation is very, very, very easy. I'll let you know what you need to do. But for most of the time, Oracle 19 and 21 also will be, working for most of the people. Maybe for some people it will not work. We'll check that later. Maybe by tomorrow. Is that okay? Right. Okay. JDBC, Java Database Connectivity. Servlets. What we need to do in servlets, or what we will be learning in servlets. Right. Guys, in servlets, we will be connecting our Java program to the server. Wait, why? Why we need to connect our Java program to the server? Alright, guys. For example, I'm going with our website, Naresh IT. Okay, and now here I want to enter my name. I want to enter my email ID, mobile number, select course, mode of training. All these I want to enter. And after entering that, I need to give a click on submit. Now, listen to me very clearly. I am the client right now. I am the client. Are you getting the point here? Whenever I'm giving a click on submit, I'm sending a request. I'm sending a request to the browser. Whatever the request which I am sending, that request will be internally handled by the server. In order to make that happen, we need to use servlets. So to make it simple, what is the use of a servlet? By using servlets, or with the help of servlets, we can handle requests and we can generate responses. As simple as this. By using servlets, I repeat, by using servlets, we'll be able to handle the requests, we'll be able to accept the request, we'll be able to process the request, and then we will generate a response. In order to make that happen, we need to use servlets. So three concepts are there. First one. What is the first one? JDBC. After completing JDBC, we will be able to connect our Java program to the database. Very good. Servlets. What is the use of these servlets? You know what? By using servlets, we can handle the requests and will be able to generate the response. Sir, I did not got a clarity on handling and generating the response. Let me make it simple. Here we are trying to enter the details and we will be giving a click on submit. Where our data will be stored? Database. I hope you are getting the point here. We already know how to connect our Java program to the database. Okay, we will be connecting it. And once the data is stored in the database, we need to give a response. Okay, data submitted successfully, or else your details have stored successfully. Our team will contact you. That response also we can generate by using servlets. Servlets means it is used to handle the request and it will process the request and it will generate a response. Not. That's it. And finally, last one is JSP. Okay. When you are speaking about JSP, okay, which is most commonly known as Java server pages, what is the use of these Java server pages? These are used to create dynamic web pages. Dynamic web pages means, for example, if I'm giving a click on, classroom training, I'm getting a completely separate page. It's a completely separate page. This page is getting generated by using JSP. Inside JSP, that is Java server pages, we can write HTML code, we can write Java code, we can write scripting. A lot of things are present inside JSP. We can make that happen. But currently, JSP is okay, but most of the time in companies will be using React. Most of the time, JSP is there. I'm not saying it is depreciated, it is there, but most of the time React. But in order to understand that, if you're having this JSP knowledge also, it will be like a added advantage. I believe it's clear, guys. So these are all the three concepts which we will be learning in our advanced Java. So now here the question is, sir, I don't know Oracle. I did not attend Oracle. Can I understand advanced Java? Yes. Not yes. Yes. Just like that. Why? Because, see, let me make it simple, guys. We don't need extensive knowledge on Oracle. I mean, I don't want you to go with heavy detail, heavy knowledge on Oracle. Basic queries, if you are having enough, creating a table, inserting the data, retrieving the data, deleting the data, enough. If you are able to know these queries, we can manage. Sir, what about UI? Same scenario also. UI also, basic knowledge is enough. If you're having a basic knowledge, yes, we can manage. Happily can go with advanced Java. Sir, then what are the prerequisites for Java? For understanding advanced, having a knowledge on core Java, to be precise, OOPS concept is absolutely mandatory. In core Java, we will spoon feed you. In advanced Java, no. We will write the code. You should be able to understand that. And that is possible. You will be able to do that. Make that happen. I promise. The only thing is, I need you to be very good in OOPS concepts. And of course, collection framework also. And of course, exception handling also. Multi-threading, not that much, but mainly OOPS, static keyword, exception handling, collection framework. Java 8 features are there, right? Default methods, static methods, Lambda expressions, stream API. Those concepts also we need. You should be having a proper knowledge. Otherwise, you will be having a trouble. Up to now, is it clear, guys, for everyone? Online students, I want you to kindly please respond to me in the chat. Online students, please respond to me in the chat. To now, is it clear? To now. To now. Feel free if you're having any doubts, you can ask me. Up to now. That is impressive, guys. That is very good. That is actually very good. Okay, nice. Let me just try to give me a minute time, please. What is our today's date? 19th. Okay, 2025. Okay, very good. That is very good. Of course, Abhijit. Yes, yes. Okay. Now let me just try to remove this. Okay, give me a minute. So, guys, regarding this notes, just a second. Yeah, regarding these types of applications, standalone, web-based, enterprise, mobile applications. When you're speaking about standalone applications, we are having two types. What are those? CUI and GUI. And when you're speaking about web-based applications, yes, we are having two components are there: client-side interface and server-side component. Client-side interface means the view which we are seeing in a web page. Are you getting the point here? In a web page, the view which we are seeing, that is actually client side interface. And whenever we are giving a click on submit, some data will be, some action will be generated, right? That is nothing but server side components. So basically, when you're speaking about web applications, in order to create a web application, we are supposed to have an idea about, tell me, JDBC, servlets, JSP. We already know that. And after that, when you're speaking about enterprise applications, where transaction management will be happening, when you are creating an enterprise application, we need to keep in mind some points like data security, load balancing, clustering, sharing. All these concepts we need to keep in mind, and we need to write the code according to that requirements. In order to make that happen, we are supposed to have an idea about Java EE in Spring framework. Whenever we are dealing with enterprise application, two things are most important. First one is load balancing. Second one is providing security. Security. Load balancing. What do you mean by this load balancing? Okay. In Amazon or Flipkart, there will be like billion days will be there. On that particular exact time, if you are trying to access it, we will not be able to access the website. Why? Because huge load will be present on the server. Why going to big billion days here? Every day morning 11 o'clock, every day morning 11 o'clock, exact 11 o'clock, try to access IRCTC website. You will not be able to do that. Why? Every day morning 11 o'clock, there is a time where the call ticket bookings will be there. Exact 11 o'clock, if you are trying to access, you will not be able to open the website. Why? Because load. Huge load is present on the server and your server is unable to manage. So load balancing. How to load that, how to balance that load. And when you're speaking about transactions, obviously security will be there. Also, how to provide that security, all these things we need to keep in mind whenever we are dealing with an enterprise application. Yeah, in order to create an enterprise application, we should be having a knowledge on Java 2EE, that is advanced Java, and Spring. And when you're speaking about mobile applications, that is completely separate scenario. I already told you, which is used to create applications for mobile computing devices like for smartphones, tablets, phablets, wearables, all these. Okay. So we know different types of applications. Now the concept is different types of storages. Different types of storages. Yeah. In our programming world, mainly there are four types of storages are there. Four types. In these four types of storages, two are temporary storage, two storages are temporary storages, two storages are permanent storages. First one, field storage, field, Field, field storage. Second one is object storage. Third one is file storage. Finally, last one is database storage. So, what are these? Field storage, object storage, file storage, database storage. Which one is better? Why all these things? Which are temporary, permanent? All these storages, not today. Tomorrow we are going to discuss. As today is the first class, I'm not going for more. Enough. Is that okay for everyone? Online students, I want you to kindly please respond to me in the chat. Please respond to me in the chat. Is that clear? Is that clear? Right. Okay. That is good. That is good. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Online students, I want to give you a small scanner so that you will be able to join in our WhatsApp community where a drive will be stored with you. I mean, shared with you a drive link where starting 5 recordings will be there. Only 5 recordings, not more than that. Let me just try to. Yeah. This QR code, kindly please try to scan this QR code. And if you scan this, you will be redirected to a WhatsApp community. You will be redirected to WhatsApp community. In that WhatsApp community, a drive link will be shared with you. From today to maybe up to Tuesday or Wednesday, recordings will be available. Recordings, everyday recording. Once the session got completed, those recordings along with the notes also will be available. So I want everyone to kindly please join in this scanner. And maybe next week we are going to create a Google Classroom, and you know the process. A Google Classroom will be created, and in that Google Classroom every day the notes will be uploaded, right? Okay. Now, here I got a small question from Madhavi. Spring framework also will be discussed in this advanced Java only, right? Madhavi, no, Amma, absolutely not. Spring framework, that is completely different. That will not be covered in advance. If you are trying to discuss Spring also, damn sure it will not be completed in 50 days. No, Madhavi, that is completely different. Okay? Gopinath, what is Hibernate? Is it a part in advanced Java or is completely different concept? Yeah, guys, for 10 years, we are having two separate frameworks. And Hibernate. Struts and Hibernate. So currently those frameworks are not there. Those are replaced with Spring. Basically, what is a Hibernate? Hibernate is an ORM tool, object relational mapping tool, which is used to connect to the database. So instead of using JDBC, if you are using Hibernate, your work will be easy. But as of now, it's not there, Gopinath. As of now, that Hibernate also got replaced with Spring. So Spring framework is required. Got it? Right. So guys, any doubts? In our today's session, if you're having any doubts, feel free to ask me. Not only today's session. If you're having any doubts regarding advanced Java, feel free to ask me. So Ashok sir, still I haven't covered collection framework. Can I able to handle? You know the answer for that question. Ashok? I already discussed this question in the class. Yes or no? Tell me. Yesterday only I told in the class. Then why again you're asking? Come on. Any other queries? That's it. All right. So, guys, especially for the new people who came today only, like if this is a first class, again I'm asking you, are you comfortable with the way which I'm explaining? Please feel free. Is that okay for you?